Before we get into it, let's agree on one thing. Turning Minecraft into a movie was always going to be a bit of a gamble. I mean, how do you take a sandbox game with no real story and transform it into a compelling cinematic experience? At first glance, it seemed like a classic case of a cash grab, just another attempt to lure in the game's massive fanbase and fill theater seats. From the moment the first trailer dropped, things looked rocky, unimpressive visuals, awkward character designs, a questionable mix of actors, and a plot that felt stitched together at best. It got bombarded with dislikes, and fans weren't shy about voicing their doubts. But then something unexpected happened. Early critic reviews weren't as harsh as everyone expected. Some even said the film was entertaining? So let's talk about it. What kind of mess, or maybe miracle, did the creators of Minecraft, the movie, get themselves into? The big picture. First, let's remember just how huge Minecraft is. Over the years, it's become more than a game, it's a cultural phenomenon. At some point, just about every gamer, from Fortnite kids to retro game lovers, has either played it or at least heard of it. The blocky aesthetic? Instantly recognizable. The creative freedom? Unmatched. And yet, the very things that made Minecraft great were exactly what made it nearly impossible to adapt. Let's be honest, Minecraft doesn't have a narrative. It's not The Last of Us. It's a world where players do whatever they want, build, dig, explore, survive. So, from the start, everyone was asking the same question: what are they even going to adapt? Hollywood's blueprint. Turns out, the studio didn't reinvent the wheel. They took the tried-and-true formula: characters get sucked into a magical world, must complete a mission, and find a way home. Sound familiar? It's the same trick they used with Jumanji starring Dwayne Johnson, twice. And hey, it worked there. Both movies crossed the billion-dollar mark. So why not try the same with Minecraft? The studio clearly aimed for a safe, crowd-pleasing adventure with broad appeal, and a built-in audience of millions of kids who already love the game. The trailer backlash. But that first trailer? Yikes. Fans tore it apart. The graphics looked cheap, the human characters felt out of place, and the tone didn't quite hit the mark. It felt more like a fan film from 10 years ago than a big-budget production. Jason Momoa's over-the-top performance and Jack Black's cartoonish energy didn't help sell it either, at least, not at first glance. But now the film is out. And while some of the early concerns were totally valid, others, not so much. What critics actually liked. Believe it or not, some critics had kind things to say. Director Jared Hess, best known for Napoleon Dynamite, brought his signature quirky humor to the project. That ironic, light-hearted tone? It kinda works here. Jack Black, unsurprisingly, is a natural fit for the comedy. But the real surprise? Jason Momoa. Normally, he's the tough guy, Aquaman, Khal Drogo, but here, he shows he's got solid comedic timing. Props to him for stepping out of his comfort zone. The first 20 minutes, set in the real world, also received praise. They're funny, self-aware, and genuinely entertaining. If only the rest of the movie had stayed that consistent. The downside. Let's not sugarcoat it. This movie is not for everyone. In fact, it might not even be for most people. If you're an adult with no connection to the game, you'll probably walk out of the theater wondering what just happened. The main character, Steve, played by Black, is an average office worker who discovers a magical cube that opens a portal to the Minecraft world. He jumps in and gives us a crash course on game mechanics in the first 5 minutes. It's goofy, rushed, and kinda charming, if you're in the right mood. But the tone is all over the place. Sometimes Steve is funny, other times he's just cringy. His exaggerated expressions and overacting might get a few laughs, but just as often they feel forced. And don't even get me started on Momoa's character, absurd to the max. Easter eggs and nostalgia. Here's where the film does something right. There are tons of nods to the game. Creepers, crafting, minecarts, even the first night experience, it's all there. Fans of the game will definitely appreciate those moments. It's like a nostalgia trip, even if the packaging is a bit chaotic. But here's the problem. Outside of those references, the movie feels hollow. The plot? Weak. Really weak. It was rewritten by 6 different writers, and you can tell. Characters change personalities mid-scene, and the story feels like it's been glued together from separate drafts. It's messy. Some moments are so absurd they border on parody, like the villain Malgorzata, who speaks in a sweet voice while delivering evil plans. Or Steve checking his wrist for a watch that isn't there. Visuals and action. The action scenes? Underwhelming. The set pieces feel repetitive, the landscapes are bland, and the CGI, well, let's just say it's rough around the edges. Especially the flying scenes, those were painful to watch. It's like the film couldn't decide whether it wanted to look stylized or realistic. And in trying to do both, it nailed neither. Final thoughts. So, is Minecraft, the movie, a total disaster? Not exactly. It knows its audience, kids. And for them, it works. It's light, colorful, silly, and full of energy. They'll laugh at the jokes, enjoy the references, and probably beg for a sequel. But for older fans who spend years building epic castles and surviving hardcore mode, this movie might feel like a joke, and not a very good one. Still, you have to give the studio credit, they took a risk. They threw $150 million at a weird idea, hoping to turn blocks into box office gold. And maybe, just maybe, they'll pull it off. But if they want the franchise to last, they'll need to step up the storytelling in a big way. If you've seen the film, I'd love to hear what you think. Did it live up to your expectations? Was the humor on point or totally off? Let's talk in the comments. And hey, see you in the next video.